The first game of the weekend, the NFC Championship, you had the Bucs beating the Packers 31-26. I think a lot of people were surprised by this. I know we both last episode said we would take the Packers to win the Super Bowl. Wrong again on both of us, but
I am the worst at picking these playoff games.
but
Swept.
it was an interesting matchup. You know what I mean? We got to see Brady against Rodgers this time as an NFC matchup. Brady now has the same number of NFC championships as both Rodgers and Breeze, I believe. So that's a nice little tidbit. Brady threw for 280, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. So not his best game, but he does have a good team around him. So they were able to carry him to the win. Rodgers played well. Rodgers threw 3 touchdowns, threw the pick. I want to hear what you got to say about it first. And then I have a couple comments about the end of the game that I do want to talk about.
Yeah. So I guess my takeaways from this game is, first of all, Tom Brady is a timeless wonder, right? He ruined my childhood. I hate him. I hate him. I don't say
but I respect him. I
don't hate many people in this world, but Tom Brady is one of them. Just for, having to endure all those seasons of him as an in-division rival. But he's the GOAT, right? He's timeless. Even with the 3 picks, he still looked good, right?
Yeah, he looked sharp still.
He didn't look bad. And I don't know, call me crazy. He looks younger now than he might have been 5 years ago. I don't know.
He's younger now than when he got drafted.
Yeah, he looks young. He's playing great. I want to stay with the Bucs first, then I'm going to say something about the Packers. But I thought it was a really cool stat. I heard not even a stat. I heard Joe Buck say it towards the end of the game. He said that the Bucs won 3 road playoff games to get a home Super Bowl.
Yeah,
right.
That is bizarre.
They won. They won 3 road playoff games to get a home Super Bowl. The first team ever to play a home Super Bowl. And that's dangerous, right? Having Brady play at home in the Super Bowl, warm weather, him at home. I don't know. I'll probably pick that game again wrong next week anyway, but that sounds pretty enticing. And then, they look good. Their team's good. The Bucs are good. They're going to play with the Chiefs. We're not going to get into that today, but that will be a good Super Bowl. I know it was the Super Bowl I said I'm not going to care about. And I would have cared more if it was Packers versus Bills. But it's still an interesting matchup. And I don't know. I think it's going to be very fun. But just to transition back to the Packers here, what was Matt LaFleur doing at the end of that game?
Yeah, right? This is exactly what I was waiting to talk about. I can't believe what happened.
You have the MVP at the helm of your offense. He can pick you up 7 yards. And kicking the field goal does nothing for you. Then you need to stop them and then go down the field and score again. 7 yards, and if you don't get it, guess what? They're on the 7-yard line, right? It would have made so much more sense to go for it. Matt LaFleur, great coach, unbelievable coach, bonehead decision with that one. And I know that Rodgers was upset about that, as he should be. But he's still my MVP. I think he's still going to be the MVP of the league. The dude's awesome. So I'm sorry. I guess I stole your thunder there.
No, you didn't. No, I mean, I think everyone felt that way, right? Like at the end of the day, LaFleur,
there was some questionable with the McDermott too.
Just a weird coaching all around. But at the end of the day, how do you put the game in the hands of your defense and not your MVP quarterback? Even though it's 4th and 9, you're gonna take the shot. A couple weird plays just all around at the end of that game. First of all, Rodgers not taking off and running. I did see a different angle from his point of view. He might not have scored the touchdown like everyone else thought he would have, but he would have picked up some positive yards there. Then the field goal kick was just an insane move.
Not to mention, you don't give Tom Brady the ball
exactly.
with 2 minutes left and expect to get it back, right? And I know there was the controversy about the pass. It was pass interference. He held him, right?
Yeah, he definitely tugged him.
He was tugging on his jersey. So that's not the reason that the Bucs won the game, right? That was the right call, right? Imagine if they didn't throw that flag.
Yeah, no, it would have been outroar. You know what I mean? This is my thing.
I was surprised though with the outcome.
Yeah, I was even surprised though, on Arians' part on the kickoff, the guy on Tampa Bay slides down with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. He gave himself up, which basically saved them a timeout, Green Bay. It didn't end up hurting them. But then on first down, I think Fournette got 7 yards. And one of my buddies actually texted me. He's like, if I'm LaFleur right now, I'm telling my defense to jump off sides. So,
why did Arians accept that?
Why did Arians accept that penalty? On both sides, the coaching was just questionable. Like you said, McDermott as well in the Bills game. So it ended up working out for Arians, but some surprising decisions there.
However, with the slide down, right? If he would have fair caught the ball, or if he would have took it on the 25, they still would have had that, right?
No, I know.
it was kind of a pooch, and maybe the guy didn't want to go get trucked, right? He didn't want to go get leveled.
I know.
I'm sure they told him keep it under 2 minutes, but that's hard to do, right?
It is hard to do, but like, I mean, it could have cost them in a huge way, but it didn't.
It could have, but I think the more bonehead coaching move was accepting the penalty. I think maybe heat of the moment wasn't thinking.
That was crazy.
But I was a little surprised with the outcome of that game, but can you ever count Tom Brady out of a game?
Exactly. So we're not going to count out Tom. I'm not counting him out in the Super Bowl either. But before we even mention the Super Bowl, let's talk about this AFC Championship game. You had the Chiefs beat the Bills 38-24. I believe the Bills jumped up 9-0 early. You had a Mecole Hardman muffed punt on like the 2-yard line. And then Josh Allen threw the touchdown to Dawson Knox. But, overall, Mahomes was Mahomes, 325 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Allen had a solid game, 287 with 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 88 yards rushing. So I think he played well, but I just felt like, the Bills, they're good, but they're not on that level with the Chiefs. Like it reminded me a lot actually of the 2010 Jets AFC Championship game where or not even 2010, 2009, we were up 11 points, right? Against
against the Colts.
They were up 17-6 against the Colts at half. And we're like, oh, maybe this could happen. Maybe this could happen. And then, it just ended up crumbling. So good season, they should be proud of it, but I never felt like they were true contenders for the Super Bowl.
All right. So I'll start with the Bills. Look, they had an unbelievable year. I'm not even going to say that they, outkicked their coverage, right? So to speak. They
were a top 2 team.
Are good, right? It's not like they were playing like head and shoulders above their capability. They were very good. I thought Josh Allen had a down game. I know you just mentioned you thought he played all right.
I didn't think he stood off, jumped off the screen during the game.
However, a couple question marks with McDermott coaching, but he's a great coach. What he has gone in there and done has been unbelievable. I'm nervous about them going forward in division.
They're a great team.
We just got out of the Patriots dynasty for 20 years, and now we got to deal with this kid. So they're very good. I think this loss, as much as it stinks to say, I think this loss is going to be good for them in the long run. They're right there, but they're not the top dogs yet. But I kind of see them taking this loss and feeding off of it and coming back pretty strong next year.
This season wasn't a fluke. They're a good team. McDermott's a good coach, and they have Dable coming back. He didn't get the head coaching job that everyone thought he was going to get. That's huge for Josh Allen's continued development. Yeah. So, and if Leslie Frazier doesn't get the Texans job, they have their D coordinator back too. So,
all right, let me talk Chiefs a little bit.
Yeah. Yep.
So first of all, their offensive scheme is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Everything they do it works, right? You can't stop them. I didn't even think Mahomes actually played. I know he played good, but I actually turned to my buddy I was sitting with, and I was like, dude, I know Mahomes has 300 something yards or whatever, but I haven't even noticed him.
It just comes easy. It's so easy.
It just comes so natural. It's I noticed Josh Allen struggling. I didn't notice Patrick Mahomes playing so great because I guess maybe I'm accustomed to it in the sense that his guys, he has so many weapons. It's
any direction you turn.
They're a cheat code. Tyreek Hill. First of all, Tyreek Hill is a cheat code.
Top 3 receiver, probably top 5.
I don't care what anybody says. He's a cheat code. And let me give a public service announcement to all you little kids out there playing Madden. All right. Because I play as the Jets in Madden, and every single kid I play plays as the Chiefs. And Tyreek Hill, I'm getting sick of covering him. I actually I chirped a 10-year-old, I think, the other day. I don't know if he was 10, but he was playing me as the Chiefs, kept hitting Tyreek Hill. I figured I was playing. Then after the game, I ended up crushing him. After the game, I messaged him I kind of felt bad after. I was figured out your play. Stop playing as the Chiefs. LOL.
Yeah, they are a cheat code. Kelsey's a matchup nightmare for everyone.
They're a cheat code. That little shovel pass they do to Kelsey, that's unfair.
I love that play though.
It's so cool. But it's unfair. Chiefs are very good. Bieniemy calls an awesome game. But one thing I did want to say, I don't know if maybe I'm crazy for thinking this, but every time with the masks on, Bruce Arians and Andy Reid, they look alike with their masks on. So it's going to be two doppelgangers coaching against each other. They both wear red in their uniforms. And they both are, chubby with a mask on, and their face gets red. They look alike to me. I don't know.
I hope Arians wears that little hat that he wears. I love that thing.
Or the fanny pack thing.
Yeah, no. So, hey, that leads us to the matchup. I mean, we're not going to dive too deep into it, but I will say it's going to be fun to watch, the greatest of all time against probably the one guy that could have a chance of matching his legacy, right? Like if he wins a second, Mahomes, he's so young that who knows, maybe he'll catch down Brady by the end of his career.
You can't expect anybody to catch Tom Brady.
No, I don't. But he could if anyone.
But Tom Brady, he doesn't need to do anything to secure his legacy. But if he wins this game, 43 years old against Patrick Mahomes, it's like, what can't this guy do?
I know.
What can he do? He's unbelievable. As much as it pains me to say, and like, I don't want to root for the Chiefs, but I guess I have to root for the Chiefs now, right?
I'm actually rooting for the Bucs.
You are?
Yeah, I am.
You're definitely rooting for TB12.
I've actually been rooting Bucs.
Yo, did you see?
I kind of like the Bucs. I mean,
I like their team other than like Tom Brady. But did you see the video that he put up after when they were on the tarmac?
I love that where they just like shrugged.
It was pretty dope.
Yeah, him and Gronk, they're a funny duo.